Here's a CT of a patient who had a gastric bypass. We can see the gastric steeples right here, and also had oral contrast on board. We can see the oral contrast. And so here's the distal esophagus coming into our gastric pouch right here, and then it comes more distally and enters into the jejunum. And so this is our gastrojejunostomy here. And eventually the contrast goes more distally, and you can see in the left abdomen the staple lines of the jejunojejunostomy. But the thing I'd like to point out here is this portion of the stomach. So this is your excluded portion of the stomach. This goes into your duodenum, eventually into your jejunum, and then this eventually anastomoses over here at your jejunojejunostomy. And we can see within the excluded portion of the stomach, there's actually contrast, high density material within the excluded portion of the stomach. Now, if this is completely excluded, we shouldn't have oral contrast within here, and so this implies that there's a gastrogastric fistula. Oftentimes you can have breakdown of the suture line, and then you can get fistulization here, and contrast can be seen in both the gastric pouch and the excluded stomach. And this can have important implications in the patient's prognosis as far as weight loss. If we regain the ability of food to come into not only the gastric pouch but also the excluded gastric stomach, it can lead to the lack of the feeling of satiety, and so therefore can cause increased weight gain. So this is an important complication and a somewhat common complication of gastric bypass.